Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy on this Wednesday late night edition, y'all. I just got home 30 seconds ago, maybe 5 minutes ago from Reject Nation. I was filming with Tara and then Greg, and bada bing, bada boom. Here I am now doing Live at the Roxy. So here I am. Last night, I went to go see Pluribus. What is Pluribus, might you ask? Pluribus, the new Vince Gilligan show. Vince Gilligan is the guy who did Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and previously was a big part of X-Files, and now he has his new show coming to Apple TV, which is called Pluribus. If you haven't heard of it, or you have heard of it but don't know what it's about, it's because their marketing campaign has been very odd. I think odd in a good way. They aren't talking about what this show is about. We've seen very little from it. Very little footage, very little explanation. If you've seen around town, if you live in a city, we've got those big yellow billboards that just say Pluribus with smiley face on it. And so I went into this super blind because there was no way to go into it otherwise. It is coming out on the 7th, which is in 2 days from now. And you guys will be able to see the first 2 episodes, which I luckily saw last night at the premiere, and we'll tell you guys about on the show today. So we're going to talk about that. I honestly am going to call this the honor, which is crazy to call about one person needing another person, but I am such a diehard fan of his. I had the honor of meeting Vince Gilligan last night, and we talked for a second, and I will tell you about that. And those are the main things, but as we know from reality TV, we're going to keep the main thing the main thing. What was the show? Was it The Bachelor that did that? We're keeping the main thing the main thing. But on top of keeping the main thing, we're also going to keep side things the main thing. So whatever you guys want to talk about, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, super chat in. Could be about television from this week. Could be about movies from this week. I was just invited to the premiere of Wicked. Not the premiere, I wish. I was just invited to a screening of Wicked, so I'm excited about that. Tomorrow, I was invited to a talk with Dan Harmon, so I can talk a little bit about that. Plus, what else have I seen since I saw you guys last? It's just been a crazy, crazy busy time as people are gearing up to shut down for the holidays. I am working a lot, but as you guys know, a lot of what I do when I call it work, it's networking, and networking is free / you pay to be there. So that is part of the bag right now. So I'm like fully wiped, but happy and concerned and nervous and all of the things. And we can talk about that as well. Plus, what's going on with your November? What are your Thanksgiving plans? What's the sitch? What's the 411? Call me, beat me if you want to reach me. All of that. All right, team. Let's get in those questions, comments, concerns. We already had some people send things in, and then we will jump into Pluribus. I'm curious from you guys in the chat. Have you heard of the show? And is it on your anticipated list? Are you going to be watching Pluribus? Or does it depend on what I say tonight? Muhahaha. This power, the responsibility, it's all in my hands. It's just a joke. I know I don't have all the power, and I don't wish to. Also, we had major elections yesterday. If you guys feel like talking about any of that, we can. Let me know. In the Streamlabs, our first Streamlabs of the day coming through from Handsome Ransom, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Handsome Ransom says, aloha, per usual, Handsome Ransom. Sending good vibes, as always. And a Terminator from the future. Maybe a Terminator. Not really. If I had a Terminator, it's mine, all mine. LOL. Ha ha ha. Mine, all mine. I had a question about the Discord, though. Am I not in the right tier to get added? No worries if I'm not. Always long live Strivers. No, you are. Usually an automatic message sends to you about getting added to the Discord. Let me know if it didn't. If it didn't, send me a message on there and I'll send you the Discord link. Loving the Discord. It is, I would say I'm in there now like 3 times a week. And you guys are in there or a day. And I love catching up on what you guys have to talk about. People are keeping me informed there. / sometimes people are just very funny. I giggled when Mel said that she made chicken in the air fryer and is never going back because, Mel, where you been? Where were you in the pandemic when air fryer was only fryer? My air fryer came to me from Jake Yacovetta. He sent me my air fryer. Hell yeah. All right, to my friends. What else is going on in the Streamlabs? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, RQMDSMD, sending in our second Streamlab of the day. He says, hi, Roxy, just sending some support. Looking forward to watching Pluribus. Okay, so you know Pluribus, or you saw me post about it and now you're looking forward to it. How long have you been tracking Pluribus? Let's see what you guys are saying about Pluribus. Never watches on Peacock. No, so I'll tell you guys, I heard of the show. All right, well, I'll break it down for you guys. We also have a super chat coming in saying from Wiley Todd. Thank you, Wiley. Hey, Rocks, just caught up with Chad Powers because you recommended finishing it. I really liked it, but I think Chad is super unlikable. Love, Glenn. Interesting. Do you think that do you think that he's unlikable as both people that he's playing or just as Chad? I find Chad to be very lovable. I mean, he's dumb as rocks, but lovable. I almost did this show tonight while making dinner because I need to make dinner. But then I was like, ugh. Sometimes I get too distracted cooking. Do you guys like the cooking shows? You miss the cooking shows? I haven't done one in a very long time. Let a girl know. It's also late, so I'm probably only going to be here like half an hour. So sending that support now. Let's chat Pluribus. Okay, so I also want to be honest and open with you guys about something that I did yesterday that was OD. I think a lot of you guys have picked up this about me. Maybe not. And if you haven't, let me tell you. I'm an extremely obsessive person. It's why I work as many hours as I do. It's why I go all out for my friends. It's got a lot of very positive parts about it. But it also has some really negative aspects to it. And I get attached to outcomes that are, when they don't happen, it's very hard for me to let go of things. And I become obsessive about them. And yesterday, unfortunately, my obsessiveness came out to play. This is going to be something I talk to you guys, the rock stars, about, that I don't talk. When I say publicly, I know this is public, but like, you guys have to be here because you're supporters of mine. So I just really, I'm really proud of where I'm at in my life right now. And I feel like 99% of the time, I'm super proud of myself and the person that I am. And that's a good place to be in life, where I really like the choices I make. I think that I am a good person who treats people with respect and kindness, works really hard, takes care of her loved ones, and I feel very proud of that. Sometimes I don't show up as the best version of myself to something, and that really bothers me because I know I'm capable of doing better. And yesterday, I was not the best version of myself, and it was kind of eating at me all night. I didn't go to bed last night and all day today. And I've been very frustrated about it. And that makes me an even worse version of myself because I then am obsessing about the thing that I obsessed about, which made me into not as good of a version of myself. So letting go of things is very difficult. And I know I'm being very vague right now. I'm going to be specific in a second, but that's the general theme of what I'm about to say. So yesterday was the premiere of Pluribus. So Pluribus is my most anticipated show of the year, new show of the year. I love Vince Gilligan, who created Breaking Bad, one of the greatest shows of all time, and Better Call Saul, and was a huge part of X-Files and showrunner there for a while. And he is now joined forces with Apple TV. Apple TV is, as you guys know, my favorite streaming service right now. I nonstop am talking about Apple, to the point where I talked about Apple so much on this show that Apple started inviting me to premieres because I'm a genuine supporter of their stuff. And that's why I've been going to all of this Apple stuff, and why I've gotten such great opportunities from Apple, like talking to Harrison Ford and doing that shrinking set visit, or going to the Apple's the Emmys party. All of that stuff has all come from me being a genuine fan of Apple. So the fact that Vince Gilligan and Apple TV are joining forces screams Roxy Stryer up my alley. On top of that, I was very excited for Ray Seahorn, who I've been calling Ree Seahorn for this entire time, and her name is actually Ray. Oops, my bad. I'm really excited for Ray Seahorn to captain the ship of a show, which is almost pretty much the only thing we knew about this show, because she is so ridiculously talented and she deserves her flowers. And I think she's going to get them after this, but that's exciting. I'm also excited to see what Apple does without having A-list celebrities drive their shows. So we know things like Morning Show. Obviously, that started with Steve Carell, Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Aniston. It is the most stacked cast on TV. Huge show for them, hugely successful, but super star-studded. Same thing with even like Silo having Rebecca Ferguson, Severance. They used Adam Scott, who I'm not saying he's as big as Reese Witherspoon, but was huge. And also Ben Stiller is a celeb in his own right. I mean, a huge celeb, but as the creator. And not to mention they had insane stars on that show actually with what the fuck is oh my god, what is Irving's name? I'm just having a brain fart right now, but you guys know what I mean. Huge stars on that show. The Stick with Owen Wilson, or just every single Apple show, they're a celebrity driven platform. And this show is not that. This show is a creator driven show. You're watching it because it's the next Vince Gilligan show. And that was really exciting to me. Okay. So all this to say, I was unbelievably looking forward to this show. Now, typically what I do, as you guys know, is either I get a company to lend me an outfit, or I go to my closet and wear something from the 8th grade. I never like throw out any of my dresses or things. And I very, very rarely drop money on these premieres because I go to so many of them and it's too expensive to buy a new outfit for everything. But this has been on my radar for a minute, and Apple knew Pluribus was my number one most anticipated show. And the team that I work with, they told me when this has the premiere, we will get you there. And so when it came out 2 weeks ago that it was going to be smart casual as the attire, I was like, you know what? I've been working my ass off. I've been invited to walk the red carpet for this. I want to look amazing. I'm going to go buy myself a new cute pant, not a pantsuit, but you guys saw the outfit. If you didn't see it, go check out my Instagram, which I'd appreciate you doing anyway. But I wanted to go buy myself something new that what I didn't borrow from Steph or Jess. Like, I never, ever buy myself new clothing. So I bought it new. And then, okay, pause this story for a second. I will get to the review. Don't y'all worry. But this week has been very weird for many reasons. I've been working my ass off because people are shutting down for the holidays soon. So I'm doing double time at Rejects. Everybody's sending me stuff to do time codes for them for all different work projects. And I'm underwater a little bit. And I woke up the other day and I had bites up and down my legs. And I was like, fuck, do I have bed bugs? What the hell is going on? Just one of my legs bites up and down. It's been so itchy, so bad. I'm like, what the actual fuck? Very, very concerning. And so I had yesterday a exterminator come to look to tell me if I had bed bugs. He doesn't think I do. He thinks it's these little mosquitoes that get in through the screen that he thinks were biting me. But we've planted traps and whatever. Anyway, needless to say, he was running late. So I was getting ready while he was here. And I was really just one. What's just one mean? I missed something. Let me know. So I was getting ready. He's here inspecting everything. And I was like, Roxy, give yourself hours to get ready because you want to look bomb. I showered. I slicked back my hair. I did my own beat. I thought that I was looking fire. The fit was fitting. I was just so excited about this look. Oh yeah, just one leg was bit, which is really weird, which is why I was thinking bed bugs, because typically they bite in the same area. So anyway, I do my entire look, and the time for me to walk the carpet was 5:45. The the premiere was at 7, but my time was 5:45. So I left 90 minutes early, and I was gonna grab a bite on the way because I only live 20 minutes away, but during traffic, I was like, it could be up to an hour 15. So I gave myself 90 minutes to park, get up there, all the stuff. It took me 2 hours and I missed my slot. And I got there just in time, but then I was trying to meet up with my manager to get him in, and I had our tickets and whatever it was, I missed my time to walk. And what I should have done is been like, that's such a bummer. It didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. I spent all this money and took all this time, but I'm just going to miss being on the carpet, and that's fine. I'm not here because of the photos. I'm here because of the content. Not me making content, the Pluribus content. I want to see the show. So it should be fine. Did I do that? No, that's not what I did, y'all. I was so mad at myself. I was mad. I was annoyed with everybody. I was mad at myself. I was annoyed with everybody. Nobody in particular, but I was annoyed. I'm looking on Reddit. Reddit's telling me the reason there was traffic is because they're doing construction for the Olympics. I'm starting to spiral about the Olympics. Construction this early? What the fuck? Is it going to be like this forever? Why did it take me so long to get there? I'm starving because I didn't have time to stop and get food. I was just feeling like so frustrated. And so I was like, is there any way they can squeeze me onto the carpet? And because other people were running late too, they must have been coming from my area, including Vince was running extremely late. He hadn't walked the carpet yet. But what happens is they allow people who aren't part of that project that are invited to walk the carpet walk before. And the last people to walk the carpet are the cast and the creators, because they shut down the carpet to everybody else to make sure that that all happens. So if you guys have any questions about all this, feel free to ask. Streamlabs in, super chat in. But I'm trying to be thorough so that you understand like what my mindset was going in. I've been in the car for 2 hours. I'm frustrated. My heart's pounding. And I'm like, is there any way they can squeeze me in? And my manager's trying to go around to ask. The Apple team that's invited me is trying to get me in. Everybody's trying. And it's not that big of a deal. But I know I want to get to the carpet and I want to get that Getty image, because I only get invited to these things because they know I'm such a big fan, and my supporters can't support the show if they don't know that I'm there. And if I don't take the picture on the carpet, my content doesn't perform as well. All of this is so ironic, and I'll tell you why at the end. But long story short, I'm in a fucking bitchy mood. Not to the people who work there, but just in my head. I'm pissed. I'm pissed at myself. And I'm mad at myself. And then I'm like, what more could I have done? I gave myself 90 minutes and it took me 2 hours to go somewhere that is 5 miles from me. Like, I'm so frustrated with this city. I feel like I'm constantly running late and I'm always an on-time person. Everything's just been so trafficky recently. I'm always running on empty. I haven't been sleeping well, all these things. And genuinely, I've been very happy recently, but I just feel like I'm constantly behind. I'm behind my schedule. I'm never on track for my schedule. And I kind of put all that energy into this carpet, and I'm starting to get fucking so sad and mad. I'm like standing out there, seeing if I can weasel my way on to a carpet that I've been invited to walk, and for a show that isn't starting for another hour. So I'm just getting increasingly frustrated. Finally, I'm like, I'm just going to go take my seat. I go with my manager. We go to sit in the seat. He puts his hand on my shoulder. He's like, it's really okay. And I said back, I was like, I actually can't hear it from you right now. I'm sure it is okay, but I'm in a mood. And luckily my manager is the shit. I love him so much and we're very close, and he knows that I was not against it. I just was like, just give me a sec. Luckily Greg and Olivia were there too. And immediately I was like, I just want to talk to Olivia for a second. Cause like, I feel like girls be understanding girl shit, and not that this is girl shit, but like when you do your hair and your makeup, and you spend all this time and this money and you think you're going to get some, whatever. And really, I just wanted to make a great post about the show that I was so excited to see so that Apple can keep feeling. And if I didn't like the show, then I wouldn't have done that. But I just had a feeling I was going to love the show. And I wanted Apple to see I'm a person worthy of being here. Because we all have imposter syndrome. And all the time I sit there thinking, like, I feel so fucking lucky that I am going to these things. But you guys know I'm never a fake person, and I don't post about the things that I watch that I don't like. And that's why I've been posting so much about Apple, because it's the one network that I seem to love like everything on. So I just really want to impress them. I want them to like me. I want them to pick up my shows one day. Like uh, I just wanted to get this fucking carpet photo and have you guys and my friends from home and people like the image and say that they want to watch the show, and the synergy of all of that. I was just like focused on it. So then I sit in my seat, and then the show's about to start, and they send me a text like, we got you on the carpet. If you run out, you can take pictures after Vince and whatever. And my entire mood shifts. I sprint out. I'm like, oh my God, yes. I'm hugging everybody like I won the lottery. Now, let me just stop here for a second. This is not paid. Nobody's paying me to be there. I have now spent so much time and money to be there. And I am literally treating it like I have won the lottery, hugging them. Thank you guys so much. This means the world to me. And why? Why does that mean the world to me? But it was because I want to be able to do right by everybody. And I just felt like if I wasn't on the carpet, then I wouldn't be able to promote it the same way. I know that sounds kind of twisted. So anyway, I do the pictures. Walk back inside. I'm in the best mood. And then I'm watching the show. And I'll tell you all about the show in a second. But the show comes on, and I'm like starting to feel a pit in my stomach. I'm like, why did I care so much about that? That my entire mood, I did the best I could today for a gig that is not paid. I came here. It took me 2 hours to get here. Then I worked I was so insistent I get on this carpet. It took 5 people's jobs to get me onto that carpet. And then that changes my whole mood. And then I'm suddenly okay because of a fucking photo. All of this being ironic because it is my worst performing Instagram post of the year is my photo from that carpet. Did I think I looked bomb.com? Yeah, I did. I felt really good about my look, even though I have a massive pimple right now that has a patch on it. Huge pimple. It took me like an hour to cover it. And ironically, the post didn't even perform. And they asked me afterwards, they were like, just so we understand better, like, why did the carpet matter so much to you? And I was like, I just want to do right by you guys. And if I'm not on the carpet, I feel like I'm constantly over explaining myself to everybody because I always want to prove myself because everybody has this imposter syndrome. And I'm like, when is it going to go away, Roxy? You work harder than every fucking person. Like, when am I going to feel like I don't have to explain why something matters to me? And then when am I going to be able to acknowledge myself that something doesn't need to matter so much to me? And the biggest bitch of it all is that it didn't fucking perform. All of that for a post that for me didn't do well. And I was just like, who am I proving myself to? Who? Because nobody gave a flying fuck. And is this one of the best shows of the year? Absolutely, hands down. And we'll talk about that in a second. But I was just fucking frustrated with myself. And then all day today. And then like the team usually likes my stuff immediately. And I didn't get any likes. And I'm just like, are they? And this is what you start to go through in your head. Are people mad at me? Did I not do my job well? And then it's like, at some point, I'm like, wait, I have to remember I'm here because I love this stuff. And the show was amazing. That makes it a success. And I'm going to tell you about the show in a second. But all of this to say, I talk to you guys about mental health struggles all the time. It's a little aggressive of a term for what this is, but I deal with this stuff and I know you guys too, and you are not alone. And when life isn't going our way, sometimes it is so hard to recalibrate and be like, actually, guess what? I was fucking late. I did the best I could and I was late. And that means that I don't get to do this thing. Or I'm going to fight for it. And then once I get it, I'm going to be happy that I did and just move on. But the fact that I fought for it and then I did get it and then I regretted fighting for it is like, pah. Does that make sense to anybody? Does anybody understand where I'm coming from? It's like, and I've nonstop been thinking about it. It's crazy. The other thing I've been nonstop thinking about is the show. So I will talk to you guys about that in a second. Just going to take any Streamlabs or Super Chats that came in while I was ranting about this, because boy, oh boy, has this been on my mind. And I was like, I'm going to talk to the rock stars about this because I think they'll be able to relate or not. And then I'll know that I'm truly cray cray, insane in the membrane. Okay. In the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. John Get Bent says, a quote from John Waters: without obsession, life is nothing. He was making a point about obsession fueling passion and creativity. I tend to agree. I'm way more productive during phases of obsession with a topic or special interest. Yeah, I really pride myself. I know that people say your work output shouldn't be what you pride yourself in, but it is for me. I am a workhorse, and that's who I love to be and who I know to be. So when I fuck up at work, which I don't even know if this qualifies as that, but by showing up late and then not doing the carpet and then not being able to have conversations before with people, I just felt like, ugh, fuck. And also, I think it was so frustrating because I was like, what more could I have done? How early did I need to leave to drive 5 miles to get there in time? And how could I have known that? Because my phone told me it was going to be a 30-minute trip, and it took 2 hours. Shall we talk about Pluribus? Now that I've gotten that off my chest for you guys. Okay, let's do it. So now I get inside, and Vince Gilligan comes onto the stage and gives a little speech beforehand that was really short and sweet. He just thanks a couple people and says, you're going to watch 2 episodes back to back. And I was glad they did that because that's what they're doing for the people in 2 days. They are doing 2 back-to-back episodes, episode 1 and 2 of Pluribus. I've been instructed that I can't give any information or spoilers about the show. The embargo has not dropped, but I can tell you I've seen it, and I can tell you a little bit about my experience. So here's how I felt. And honestly, I don't want to say everybody in the room felt this way, but afterwards we went to Chateau, which is an iconic venue in Los Angeles. And I was able to talk to a lot of people about what they thought about the episodes. And it did seem like this was pretty much a general consensus, other than a couple of people. The first episode's good. The second episode is great. The first episode is painting an entire world. So when you guys are going into this, this is not the same genre of Breaking Bad. It reminded me tonally, more of The Leftovers. Tonally, the show reminds me of The Leftovers, which is one of my favorite shows of all time. So, and it kind of had that sense immediately. And it did not feel like Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, which is very cool to see Vince Gilligan kind of branch out. When you see it, you're going to understand a little bit more of what I'm talking about. But because of that, this first episode needs to explain a lot. It doesn't do that with exposition. It shows you a lot. There's big chunks of the show without dialogue. So it's not over explaining itself with exposition. It just has to show the world that we're going to be watching. So episode 1 did a lot of setup, and I was super interested in where they were going from there, but I'm really glad they're dropping the first 2 episodes because I don't know if people are going to be sold after episode 1. I think they're going to be interested, but not sold. Episode 2 really sells it because all of the ideas that you start thinking from episode 1, like, oh, could they go this way? Does that mean this? Could they do this? Could they do this? They start playing those out in episode 2 and start asking some of the questions that you would be asking. It's one of those shows that that presents a premise that I won't tell you guys, but it presents a premise that is divisive, that will have you questioning in yourself and talking to your friends about what would you do if this happened? Which one of these characters would you be like? What would you do to respond? What would you not do? What are your morals and values around this thing? That's pretty much the most vague way I can describe the kind of conversations that are going to be taking place about this show, which K-12 message, you left 90 minutes early. Oh yeah, I left my 90 minutes early to get to the premiere. I didn't leave the premiere 90 minutes early, but yes, exactly, Britt. I gave myself 3 times the amount of time that it said. I guess I needed to give myself 4 times the amount. Okay, so those are the kind of conversations, which I think is very cool about this show because it feels like a water cooler show. It feels like one of those shows that every week we're going to be wanting to talk about. Oh my God, did you see that? What about this? What do you think about this? And questioning what happened there. What does that mean? There's a couple of different devices that Vince uses to make things easy to understand that I really appreciated because it might be easy to get lost in this world. And he's like, no, just as a reminder, blank, as a reminder, blank. And that was really helpful for me. Ray Seahorn is so good in these first 2 episodes. She's excellent. And there's a lot of other actors that afterwards I found myself looking up because I was like, who is that? And that's great. This is the first time in an Apple show that I felt like that, where the entire cast, I'm like, who am I looking at? Who's this person? What is this? So yeah, I really enjoyed 1, but I loved 2. And I think that this is going to be on a lot of people's top 10, mine included, very likely, lists of the year. It's really good. You could feel the energy in the theater, by the way. Very cool to see. Carol Burnett was in the theater. Bob Odenkirk was in the theater. Some absolute legends were there. Michael Mando was in the theater. I actually didn't see Ray Seahorn. I don't know if she was there or not, but there was a lot of people. So that was the premiere, and I'll tell you guys about the after party. But let me first check in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, see what's going on with you guys here. Fake Lloyd in the Streamlabs says, cray. Oh, you think I'm cray, Lloyd? Bummer. Thanks for letting me know. Handsome Ransom in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, aloha. Finally in the Discord. Shout out to Sam. I finally feel like a rock star. Oh, thanks, Sam. Appreciate you. Hell yeah. Feel like a rock star. Oh, yeah. Roll like a rock star. Okay. Let's continue chatting. Keep sending in questions, comments, concerns. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. This is where I made the second mistake of the night that I was beating myself up for. So I go to the after party, which is down the street at a place called Chateau Marmont, which, if you don't know Chateau Marmont, it is a very, very iconic, famous Hollywood hotspot. Has been for decades. It's a hotel. It's got a restaurant in it, bar, beautiful, classic Hollywood spot. Really exciting when there's a premiere after party there. It's a perfect place to go. And at this point, as you guys know, I'm starving. I need a water. I want to chill. I want to get some cool images to show you guys, videos, and etc. But I'm driving separate from my manager. And I had given him our tickets to hold in his pocket. So I got there before him, and then I couldn't get in because he had my ticket. But the line to get into valet was so long. And even though he only left 5 minutes after me, he was 25 minutes behind me. So I'm waiting to get in, and they're trying to have me go in because, I've been invited to this thing. I'm just standing outside. So then I had to run down the street by foot to get to where my manager's car was to grab my tickets to run back. Just not a good look, not well thought out by your girl Rox. I was so annoyed with myself again. I finally go in and I'm like, I am hangry at this point, so I got to eat. So Olivia, Greg, my manager, and I immediately go to the food. Usually they've got a lot of options at these things, like a lot of veggies and salads and proteins. This was a pasta bar. There was several different quinoa and pastas. Hell yeah, by me. I needed some carbs in that moment. I had an entire bowl of lemon butter pasta. It was bomb. I needed it. And then I was feeling a little bit better. Had a water. I'm chilling with the homies. We're talking about the show, which is making me feel better because I'm bringing it back to the fact that I love television. So things I love to do, eat pasta and talk TV with my friends. Having a really good time. The party's really very, very nice. A lot of people there. It's cool to see people know Greg or the rejects coming up and whatever. That's always fun. And then the Apple team comes over and they're like, are you ready? You and Greg ready to come meet Vince Gilligan, which Greg's favorite drama ever is Breaking Bad. So I knew how excited he was about that. So they bring us over to meet Vince. And it was so cool. So cool to meet him. We got to talk to him for about like 5 minutes, maybe a little less than that. He had a whole line, but they kind of ushered us in, which was awesome. We got to take that great picture with him, tell him how much we loved this show. He asked us an interesting question, which I don't find most creators ask, because Olivia and Greg were saying, we're theorizing a lot of things. And he said, I want to know from you guys, what do you think happens next? What do you, any good theories? And I thought that was pretty cool that he wanted to know. He had such a great demeanor. I've heard only good things about him. Everybody there was talking about how lovely he is to work with and how wonderful he is of a person. And his energy was very quirky, nerdy, fun, loving. And he was kind of standing in a corner and being bombarded, and he didn't seem to mind. He seemed to enjoy every second of it, which I love people who are grateful for the positions they're in, especially when they're in a position like that. And he seemed like that. So that was very cool. And then we hung out a little longer, and then we went home and I edited for hours the photos and videos. And then my post that I posted on Rejects performed. And then the post that I did on mine that I had worked my ass off to get, lo and behold, it didn't. P.S. If you're a real one, go like and comment on my Instagram posts of me on the carpet and of the review and at Rejects. If you do that and you do all three, then big shout out to you. You the homie. Make me look cool. So that. And that was the Pluribus night. I genuinely loved it. I think you guys are going to too. It's very interesting. It's unique. Sets up a lot of questions. Stay for the second episode. The first one's good. The second one's excellent. And that is 40 minutes on Pluribus and my absolute meltdown for no fucking reason because it didn't even work. Usually, man, those carpet posts do well for me. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Okay. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer, super chat in. I am going to get out of here relatively food. Now you know why I'm going to get out of here relatively soon. I am going to go make myself food in a little bit. So send in final questions, comments, concerns, thoughts. We have Susie Easton in the house. Yes, Susie in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. Oh, remember the 5th of November. Hell yeah, this is Steph's Abroad Day. Also V for Vendetta Day. Rox, sorry you felt this way about the photos. I do sometimes. I'm not a content creator. Part of the reason I've taken a huge step back from Instagram, wanting a perfect pic and not just living. Thank you for being vulnerable. Love your hair and top and you. Thanks, girl. Oh, you rock. Yeah, it's like I only cared about it so much because I thought that it would make a bigger impact online and that would make people want to see the show more. And yeah, I feel like a connection to television, and I feel like it's my part of my job to share those connections of good TV with people. So I don't know. I know it's odd to care that much, but I appreciate you making me not feel super alone about it. As opposed to Lloyd, who said cray cray, but you still sent in a Streamlabs, Lloyd. So listen, you can call me cray all you want. I appreciate you. Sam, you're a great commenter. You're a loyal liker, great commenter. I appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you. Okay, Lloyd just commented 7 minutes ago, Team Stryer. Ali said she got the look indeed. And Leonard said HBIC vibes. And I will take all of those from when this show started. So thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Susie's thing said and you question mark, but she meant and you exclamation point. Thank you. That's better. Appreciate it. I also, just because I'm talking a little bit of television, I also started watching Chair Company because some of you guys told me it was cringe TV, and you know I love cringe TV, and I have to say it's super up my alley, and I'm really enjoying it so far. It kind of reminds me of Beef if Beef was a comedy, and I love that. Like when you get so fixated on one thing, which as you guys know is a theme for me this week, and that one thing can destroy your life if you don't let it go. And that is kind of the premise of Chair Company. So I am enjoying it. Just think Beef as a full-blown comedy. Yeah, so I'm enjoying that a lot. I also finished the Mob War Philadelphia thing, and that was great. I watched the premiere of I Love LA, which I really enjoyed, and finished Chad Powers. Should I watch The Lowdown, The Paper, Run Around, Hal and Harper? What should I watch? You guys let me know after I finish the Chair Company. Going back to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Thank you guys for sending in support. Appreciate you getting your final questions, comments, concerns, all that good stuff. If you have questions about Pluribus, I will do my best to answer them or whatever it is you want to know. RQMDSMD with that big support in the Streamlabs. Thank you so much. Hi, Roxy. You are human. You deal with external and internal pressure and stress. You also do self-analysis as a former mental health professional. You are fine. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I really try to do the self-analysis part because I was just like, ugh, Rox. I can make mountains out of molehills sometimes. Out of those, I'd recommend the runarounds for you specifically. Okay. The Lowdown. It's not just out of those, but those are some that I just people have recommended. But I'll take whatever recommendations for TV you guys have got. Yeah. Okay. We had a super chat come in. Nothing to again. I don't know how to say this. You're just a little crazy. Okay. It's better than being full blown, I guess. Appreciate you. I'm just a little crazy. Should I put that in the dating profile? Oh, do you guys want to hear a cute date story? Let me know. Let me know. I know, traders. I know. When the new season drops, I'll probably watch it, but I can just pick up when the new season drops, right? Like I don't have to go back to understand. I feel like I should be able to get it. The Abandons looks really good. What is that? What is that? The Abandons. I don't think I've even heard of that. All right. Well, I'm going to get out of here soon. So send in any final things. Getting out of here within the next couple of minutes. So I'll do my sign out now and see if you guys send in anything else. Until then, stay safe, stay sane. Put down the toilet seat and live. We don't want those plumes. Don't try them at the Holocaust. Justice for all the people who've lost their lives due to excessive force. My body, my choice. Wherever on the rainbow, we love you. We stand with the women of Iran, some of the bravest women we've ever seen. Golden sparkles for the Zen one himself. Glenn Caesar, thinking about you. Brandy, thinking about you today. I saw your message earlier about the anniversary, and hope you're all right, and hope you're still riding a little bit of the high from your wedding. Man, oh man. November, it feels like the end of the year, but we still have 2 months. Let's finish strong. And for my schedule, I will be here on Sunday. I will be on OSA on Friday. Tomorrow, I'm going to that. I'm sure Real Rejects will have me because it's Thursday, so I always do the horror stuff then. I have Streamlabs coming in, so after I do this, I'll get to that. And then, yeah, so Thursday, Real Rejects, Friday, OSA, on Sunday, here. That's the rest of the week. Imprinted on Roxy in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, cute date story, cray, but still Team Stryer. You're funny. Okay. So it's just a mini one, but I told you guys that we're going out on Friday. I haven't seen him in now a week and a half, so it'll be, yeah, just because my schedule, his schedule, whatever. But today, because I had told him, he'd asked me on Sunday, he said, I want to take you for dinner. When are you free this week? And I said, honestly, I am booked solid Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, because listen to my week, just to let you guys know a little bit about my week. So Monday, I was filming all day until we waited until Black Phone dropped. So I was filming all day until I got home at 1 a.m. So no date can go in there. That was a 14-hour day for me. Tuesday, and on my way to work that day, a break between two things, I dropped off my ballot because I was like, I know I'm not going to be able to go Tuesday because Tuesday I had the Pluribus thing and I had Christian Arloff show and I was doing the pest control. So I didn't get home last night until 12:30, and I started that day for Christian show. He sent out in the rundown at 8, and I was doing clip outs for Katie Sackhoff's podcast that was sent to me at 7. So that was from 7 a.m. until 12:30. So couldn't see anybody then. On Wednesday, which is today, I had this morning I was doing social, and then I had a doctor's appointment, and then I shot for Real Rejects until 7 o'clock. Nope, 8 o'clock, and then drove here, and then am shooting this with you guys now. So literally jam-packed. And then tomorrow I am filming, and then I have that Dan Harmon talk, and I'm not done until 10 p.m. So I was just like, I genuinely won't be able to see him all week. So anyway, needless to say, when he asked me for Sunday, I was like, I'm slammed every day this week until the weekend. And he was like, great, would love to do Friday night. Like, keep your head above water. Today, I wake up and this morning, he Venmo'd me. It doesn't have my Venmo. So through now you can Venmo through text message. And he Venmo'd me $10 and said, I know you have an insanely busy day. This is for, and I told him how much I love matcha. This is for your midday matcha if you get a second to get one. How fucking nice is that? I was like, you're the fucking man. It is interesting. He's like such a man. Just so beyond thoughtful. I literally like almost cried. I was like, it's so fucking nice. And like that $10 means so much to me, not because it's $10, but because he thought about me in the morning and was like, what could I do to make her day a little bit better? So fucking nice. Beyond. So anyway, thought that was really cute. Thought I would share that with you guys. And to us people, ladies and gents, if you're looking for a way to make somebody smile, $5 or $10 on Venmo for something specific like that you know that they like, that might help their day. I literally all day. And also it's a smart strategic move because I thought about him all day after that. I was like, that was so fucking kind. Anyway, okay, we've got a couple of things coming in that I will get to right now. Paco Loco. Paco Loco. Paco Loco. Thank you, Paco Loco, for the super stickers. Appreciate you. Thank you for that. Yeah, it was nice and considerate. Yeah, really, really sweet. Yeah, I'm with you, Sam. I don't hate gifts, but I'm not with you on that. I don't hate gifts, but they're not as meaningful to me as like that's why my love language is now and always will be acts of service. And this kind of felt like an act of service. Anything that makes my life a little easier or better. Just yeah, thought that was really, really fucking thoughtful. Paco Loco. I don't know why I always say your name the same exact way. Paco Loco, when you come through at the end of the shows, just makes me want to stay and do a whole nother hour so that I can just fill that time up with Paco Loco. All right. Well, shout out to Lloyd Imprinted on Roxy, RQM DSMD, Susie Easton, Handsome Ransom, John Get Bent, and to Paco Loco, and Nothing to Gen, and Wiley Todd for being our Streamlabsers and Super Chatters of the day. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support, and thanks to everybody who joined. And never forget to Paco Loco. Everybody in the chat is just cracking me up. Paco Loco, Paco Loco, Paco Loco. Paco Loco. I like hamburgers, but I love tacos. Listen, Paco Loco, I love both. Why you have to choose? You don't have to choose hamburgers or tacos. You can just love both. And that's the way of life. I think after this, I'm going to make, it's one of those days where I have no groceries left. So I have frozen shrimp. I think I'm going to do some like garlicky, oniony, frozen shrimp, some kind of a carb, something. No, none. Are you kidding? None of you guys have failed me when you can't support financially. When you can, I appreciate it. That's the way the show continues. And when you can't, I understand. I'm grateful that you're here and that you want to talk with me. That's fucking cool. Paco Loco with the super sticker. Paco and a taco. Listen. And here's the other thing. We talked a lot about being crazy on tonight's show. Paco Loco. Paco Loco. So, all in favor, say aye. All right. Time for me to go make some kind of dish out of nothing. Paco Loco. Charlie, you're so right. We love Roxy and Paco Loco. Justice for Paco Loco. Paco Loco forever. Paco going hard in the paint. All right, friends. I already did my sign off. So I will see you all around the internet. But here on Sunday. Much love. And Paco Loco forever. Later.